What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Tottenham Talk. It's your two favorite anchors, Clayton Troyer and Matthew Kuster. Today's a good day as, heck, it's my birthday. So we're also celebrating that with a nice 4-0 win in Europa League. Round of 32 is completed. On to the round of 16. And another positive thing was that I think we should really talk about Dele Alli.
I mean, obviously, Dele's going to be a highlight of this episode, along with maybe Bale a little bit. I mean, he didn't do much, but, I mean, you don't have to do much when you can hit a one-touch banger like that.
We can't complain on a beautiful bicycle kick.
Oh, my gosh. You know, you saw that right when I saw the touch go up, I was like, this is going in. You know, it gave me a little glimpse of that Crystal Palace goal that he scored, you know, where he like juggles around the defender and then volleys it from outside the – oh, my gosh.
That was 2016-17 season, I think.
Yeah. It was. So
at Crystal Palace,
absolutely incredible by Dele. You know, that bike is exactly what he needed. You know, it's weird. I don't think I've ever seen, you know, another Spurs player score a bike that I can remember. But anyway, you know, one goal from him, and not just a goal, a bike from him, and then also 2 assists from him, 2 great assists to Bale, and then a great ball into Carlos for his first header. Can't really complain, can you?
2 very good assists and 1 great goal. So this is interesting too, Clay, because, you know, we've talked a lot about Dele and the situation with him and Jose. We've talked about Bale and if he's going to be the Bale that we know. And it's almost safe to say it's like, I don't know what it was to get them back, to get them into form, but I mean, I know there's still 14 games remaining in the Prem, which is a lot of games, which is a lot of points. I know the commentators listening to the game today were talking about how we have 3 home games, not back-to-back, but we have a home game away, and home. And that's 9 points right there that we could get.
Yeah, totally.
I'm very optimistic to see what we can produce. And we've always caught ourselves in this position. You know, I'm optimistic for the weekend. You know, because we win in Europa League. And yes, we're playing against teams that are not as good quality as us. But, I mean, I feel like the performance that we have on the pitch should somewhat relate to what we can do in the near future.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just don't know. I don't know why, like, you know, we come off a good win like this, and then, you know, next weekend comes around and we lose to Burnley 1-0. Like, what, you know?
Well, you know, I think there's a couple things, right? You know, first of all, you got to look at the opponent we're playing today. Not great. That's okay. They don't have to be amazing, you know, teams to have a positive performance and have positive feelings going into the weekend. However, I do think that Spurs fans, we're all, I mean, I'm probably more guilty of this than anyone, but, you know, as soon as we have a glimpse of hope, you know, I'm right back up here of, we're getting top 4, you know, and that's what makes it so painful sometimes is when we are in a bad run of form, we got to be more realistic and say, all right, we're in a bad run of form. We play this team. We do well. Yes. But keep in mind who this team is. You know, this is really just a glorified training session, with all respect to Wolfsberger. But, you know, there are some positives to take out of it. You look at Dele and Bale in particular played really well. I actually thought Bergwijn played really well. I think we talked about this before, but I think he needs a goal. You know, just a good performance like that isn't going to mean much when it comes to Premier League games because he needs confidence. But for Bale and Dele, now it's on Jose to take these good performances and make it impact the weekend, you know? So we had good performances with Europa League through Bale and Dele. Now, instead of him starting his typical lineup this weekend, start Bale, start Dele, you know? Have these good performances and these good confidence, these good feelings run into the weekend and maybe, you know, penetrate our current form that we're in, you know, in the Premier League. So what are your thoughts on that? You're muted.
Sorry, I was pulling up some stats, but I absolutely think phone's ringing. I absolutely think that Bale and Dele should start. It's funny too, Clay, because your mom was texting me today about it, and she texted me a couple. She was just saying happy birthday and stuff, which was nice. But she asked, why hasn't Dele played, or, you know, what's wrong with Bale, blah blah. And I'm trying to give her the best answers that I think is, you know.
Well, it's a little disclosure here. My mom loves Dele. I mean, in 16, 17 and before that, I remember we actually asked you to come with us. We went to Colorado to see the MLS All-Star game versus Tottenham. And that was Dele's first it was right before he got into the team. It was right after we bought him, and everyone's like, who is this guy type of thing, And that was when he had his breakout season. And ever since then, my mom has like loved him. I mean, we named our dog after him. So she's got a lot invested in this. So that's funny that she was texting you. But continue. What was she saying?
Oh no, she was just like, why isn't Clay thinks that Dele and Bale should start next weekend? Like, what do you think's gonna happen? And all this stuff. And like, as much as I try to answer those to the best I can, obviously we don't know, but I definitely think that they have deserved and earned the spot to start a Premier League match sometime soon. I don't care who it is against. Just start a Premier League match. I think they deserve it. I also think it will really boost the morale of the squad. I mean, you see everybody out there on the pitch today smiling, having fun. It just looked like it wasn't a job to them. It was more of just we're out here. We're lucky to be able to play soccer as a living. Like, this is fun. Let's just make this.
Yeah, well, like I said, it was kind of like a glorified training session. You know what I mean? Where they're just enjoying themselves. Getting some touches here and there, and trying to.
I thought everyone played well. I didn't really like.
The only person I think is Sissoko had kind of a bad game.
I couldn't really find someone that I was gonna pinpoint and be like, okay, they played poorly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Sissoko played well at all, but he looked exhausted the whole time.
I think he was. But like just the likes of like Matt Doherty, I thought he maybe had a couple rough little errors there, but I mean, when he can be on point, he can be on point.
We saw it in his first ball to Dele. I mean, he does what we said. He picks out players in the box as opposed to just kind of swinging it into a general area. When we were younger, they'd always say, all right, when you hit a cross, hit it to the PK spot. Well, now when you get better and get more skilled, that's not acceptable anymore. You have to say, all right, look for a player and play it to them. Play it and kind of like Dele did for Carlos's goal and Doherty did for Dele's goal. So. Yeah, you're right. I think he played well and he has that attribute, but it's just a matter of, can he get consistent with it? Can he bring that into Premier League games? Yeah, I don't know. I thought the team played well. Defensively, we did pretty well. Nothing. Joe Hart really didn't get tested at all. On the wings, I think we talked about Bergwijn a little bit, but also Lamela, I thought looked good again.
Okay, this is something with the Lamela is. Him and Bergwijn Lamela's better at this than Bergwijn is, but they're able to have very critical bursts of speed. And like Lamela, I think, gets into the smallest gaps. If he could he does what Lo Celso does, runs at the back line, runs at the back. He did it constantly today. But it's just that last thing that he needs to do, that little touch wide or try to beat the defender or maybe some better decision making. Computer doing right now. Sorry. Maybe some better decision making on his part. But he beats 3-4 players, and as a teammate of his, I would try to predict what he's going to do, because what he's going to do when he gets that ball. He's going to try to beat the defender, which I love that. Right. And something Bergwijn can do too. Being, if I was Dele, or if I was Kane, or if anybody on that situation in the attacking side, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to try to get into a position where he can just lay it off to me or something, because I know he's going to be able to pass 2, 3, 4 defenders. And then Bergwijn kind of did the same thing. But one thing with Bergwijn, I would say, is I want him to get more shots off. I feel like there's too much of him where he will dribble and beat a guy.
Totally agree.
Down and then lay it off. I'm like, shoot the damn ball.
Yeah, and that's a result of his lack of confidence. He's not shooting the ball because I don't think he thinks he can shoot it. Whereas you see Lamela just rip a shot here and there, which is good. And Bergwijn, he needs to do that more, because he's not going to score if he doesn't shoot. And he needs to score, I think, more than anyone on our team right now.
And you see it. I mean, you've seen it in other games previously where he's able to beat the defender. He's got the speed. He's got the dribbling skills. I mean, he's very good on the ball. It's just he gets into that position where why not just rip one? If you don't make it, don't make it. Who cares? But like, I feel like it's a better opportunity to do that than lay it off, and then the whole entire attack goes down, and then we play it out wide, cross it in, and they head it out. Like it's just
Well, it comes with
attack.
It comes with what you were talking about the other day. When you're low on confidence, trying to do the simple things. And I think that Bergwijn's been stuck in that kind of just doing the simple things, doing them well, but not really doing what we know he can do, what he knows he probably can do.
Yeah.
And what we got him for, in all honesty. So I'd love to see him. These Europa League games, they're good, but eventually they're gonna become just as important, or I'd say just as difficult as these Premier League games here in a couple rounds. Maybe not next round, maybe not even the round after that, but coming in here soon. I mean, round of 16, and after that, they're not going to be easy games like they have been. You know what I mean? So I was a little disappointed that he wasn't able to get a goal against a team like Wolfsburger, because that's his easiest chance too. But who knows? Maybe he'll get one later on. But honestly, I don't see any reason to keep this episode too long. I mean, it's pretty clear how well they played and how well, specifically Dele played. Definitely man of the match for me. Maybe I'm a little early on that, but I don't know. One question I have for you is, you look at, we talk about Dele and Bale making really good impacts on the team in Europa League, but they're not really getting those chances in the Premier League, right? And our Premier League form is hurting because of that. Well, you also look at Dele, or look at Lucas and Lamela, who have been very bright spots of our Premier League recently. And it's like, do they deserve to start more, or do Dele and Bale deserve to start more, or a combination of the two?
I don't think it's going to be I don't think I would start somebody over somebody else due to them necessarily playing better right now. I think it'd be more of like a evenly distributed amongst the squad. Guys, we're all fit. I want to keep everyone healthy. Listen, Lamela and Lucas, you guys played this game. Like, I'd be honest. I'd be like, I'm going to start these guys, and then you guys may come on. Yeah. But, like, I wouldn't make it to where, listen.
Like you guys are playing better now, so, yeah.
I get, like, you have to win. I get Jose's position. He needs to win. In order to keep his job, he needs to win. So I get what's at stake, and it's tough to make those decisions. But at the same time, I do think he could do better in his decision making, and I know we've talked about it. But with that, to answer your question, I would definitely, I would absolutely look into starting Bale and Dele in a Premier League match, and then sitting Lamela and Lucas, because I mean, you're getting the best of both worlds out of everybody. And
totally agree.
To see. You know that Lamela and Lucas are in good form. They're playing well. That's great. Okay, that's good. Let's keep it that way. Now we see that Dele and Bale are performing well. Okay, well, let's continue that. Let's keep that momentum. Nothing against Lamela and Lucas, but I'd rather have Bale and Dele playing better than Lamela and Lucas playing together.
Well, you also think of it as, who would make it more of an impact coming off the bench? I see Bale and Dele.
I think they all could.
Well, but here's my point.
They all could.
Yeah, but like, I feel like Dele and Bale maybe are some of those players who maybe need a couple minutes here and there to get into the game sometimes.
Yeah.
Whereas Lucas and Lamela, they're gonna bust their ass from the first minute they're in. No matter what, no matter if they felt like they should have started and they didn't, no matter if they're pissed that Bale started over him, Dele, whatever it is, they're gonna bust their ass right away. So
what I would not be with would be a Dele, Lamela, Bale start. Would be
instead of Son.
Maybe not now. I forgot about that.
I was thinking about that. I didn't say it out loud, so
okay. Well, maybe in the situation today, but I guess in the Premier League match, I'm starting Son and Kane all day long.
But that's kind of what I'm talking about. I'm okay. I'd rather start, like you said, Dele and Bale, and have Lucas and Lamela.
What if you put Dele as more of like a 6 or an 8?
Did you see
today? Well, you can start. Well, I guess you would not start Tanguy then. But did you see today just Dele's defensive work rate?
It was great.
I mean, like, no wonder why Poch wants him. Like, if I was Josie right now, I'd be like, okay, I need to get my head out of my butt, and I need to play this kid.
And that's what he's done. But, to your point of why are they kind of coming out of their shell now, you talked about that a little earlier. It's because Jose alienated them, at the beginning of the season. He alienated them both. And maybe not Bale as much because he sees Bale as a long-term, get him back to full fitness and then, get his confidence up. But really, I felt like he could have been doing that earlier and in a better way, and we've talked about this before, but he definitely alienated Dele. There's no question about that. He had good performances in the Europa League and he still wouldn't see the field. He had good performances in the Carabao Cup. He still wouldn't see the field. So I'm not really sure why that happened, but it did. And, I hate to say it, but if we, discovered, you could say, Dele and Bale earlier in the season, it may be a different story,
Oh, without a doubt, it would be a different story.
So,
I mean, I think Jose's accepted that he has made that mistake. I think he's told us that
he screwed up.
He screwed up, and which I'm glad he sees. And I hope what he's talking about is what we think it is in terms of the Bale and Dele situation, mainly the Dele situation. But I'm glad though the issue is kind of being resolved and it's kind of just cleared up now.
Agreed.
It's been a long road, and there's not any more important time than now to get things figured out. I mean, we're now running down to the end of the season. Yes, 14 games is a lot, but it's also not in a way. I mean, that's what
it comes by quick. It'll come quick,
Quick. And then we've got the round of 16 left, and we're going to be playing it. We're going to be matching up against. I mean, I could see some really good teams like Milan, maybe Leverkusen if they win. They're down 3-2 right now, actually. Who's somebody else that I was thinking of? Oh, Ajax is another one. Lille's another one. I know they play each other though. So I mean, there's good teams in the Europe. Leicester, Arsenal. I mean,
Leicester, Arsenal, United. No, not United. They're still in Champions League.
United is in it. Yeah. United's another one. I forget who else.
Yeah, they are.
Other ones, but
it's not going to be by any means is it going to be an easy road to the final of Europa League. And I think I kind of take that for granted sometimes when I think about, oh, it's Europa League, automatically that should be easier. Well, you got teams that you're losing to in the Premier League, teams like Leicester, you got Lille, you got Ajax, United, Arsenal, all these teams that you could easily lose to, or not necessarily lose, but are not going to be easy games by any means. So, seriously, I mean, there's a lot of teams. Is Roma still in it?
Roma.
Yeah.
AC Milan. Yeah. So there's a bunch of good sides that are in the Europa League still, and so
right.
Obviously, winning 8-1 in aggregate, it's nice to see.
It's good for the confidence of the people in that competition, and it shows other teams that we're not here to just. Yes, we may be in bad form, but
heck, what's interesting is Leicester drew the first game, 0s. So it's kind of like, well, maybe you don't take it for granted unless. Maybe we do kind of have a better squad than Leicester does. Who knows? But
yeah, right.
I mean, it's so tough. It's what I love about soccer. That's what I love about the game.
Yeah, totally. You never know. You really don't.
And so, I think it's appropriate, Clay, to go into player ratings.
Perfect. Let's do it. All right. Let's see if your birthday has made you easier on any players today.
All right. I could be a little easier.
All right, Joe Hart.
Okay.
10 out of 10. I'm just kidding. All right, 3, 2, 1, 8.
7.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 8's too high. He didn't do anything, which is good. You don't want your keeper to have to do anything. Ben Davies.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, 7. For all the crap he's gotten, I think he looked like he finally had energy again today. You know what I mean?
Had a rest.
I know, and that was huge.
Finally.
And I'm okay with him getting a rest again, but he needed that rest, and I think he looked a lot better today. Eric Dyer.
He played a lot better today.
3, 2, 1, 7.
Yeah.
Toby. 3, 2, 1, 7.
7.
7 might be a lucky number today, Matt. What do you think?
Sounds like it.
Matt Doherty.
Now, Clay, before we rate him, do you get the comparing his qualities with or versus Aurier. I'm not gonna lie. Aurier's got some qualities that Doherty doesn't, and there's qualities Doherty has that Aurier doesn't. That's with everybody. But I don't know if it's just me, but like when I see him play, I'm more confident attacking wise, and I'm not like, heck, I'm honestly more confident defensively too, because I know he won't make a.
It's hard because I think Aurier is a better one-on-one defender than Doherty, but he's also capable of giving away, that crap penalty or that crap free kick, and it's not like every once in a while. It's like it can be literally at any time, and that's the worst part about Aurier. But you look at Doherty, he's probably a little more consistent overall when he's in his top form. He's so much better going forward. When I look at Aurier, I think when we go forward with him, I have no hope that we're like gonna like. But with Doherty, I'm like, oh, he might hit a good ball in here. But with Aurier, it's like, oh, maybe he will, type of thing. Yeah, people crap on him a lot, especially our fans. I don't know. I think it's a little bit unjustified. I understand why. He hasn't had a great season, so there's reason for it.
I had a notification on my phone saying that we're looking to sell him next summer if he doesn't improve his game, and I'm just like, wait, what? Like, already trying to sell him? Like, okay, well, I mean, you gotta have a replacement, and at the same time, like,
Aurier is not I'm not confident if we just have Aurier, and I don't think Tanganga has proved himself this season.
It's shocking to me that we're looking to sell Doherty though, and now trying to get rid of Aurier last year.
Yeah, I don't know. It really is tough. Maybe it's because we don't see ourselves playing that wing back formation, and really Doherty, that's really what he's more suited for. As much as he's tried to get into the outside back, but yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I think I'll give him a positive rating today, though.
Would you have someone you'd rather play over the other or no?
I'd rather play Doherty just because I think he has a higher ceiling than Aurier, like more potential. But in all honesty, I'd probably play Tanganga more than either of them.
Yeah.
Because he's shown more promise than both of them before. He hasn't been great lately, but he can be good, I think. But then again, he's not even an outside back technically. Honestly,
Lavinier.
Yeah, Lavinier. I was gonna say today he tripped on the ball right away, but I felt so bad for him.
When I saw him come on, I'm like, thank God we're playing some youngsters. Who's
seriously.
Guy?
Yeah. But I liked him, and I think he could have some potential. I'd love to see us. I think we, kind of lost one in Kyle Walker-Peters. Me and you said it, we need to play him. We need to play him. I don't know why we didn't play him last year over Aurier. Made no sense to me. I think
he could have some really good performances, and he got burned against Ousmane Dembele that one time, but that's one game.
How many times has Aurier caused us goals and caused us to lose games?
Right.
Same with Doherty though. So I mean, it's just a matter of.
I wish we did keep him away, but he's flourishing right now at Southampton.
And that's great for him. And honestly, we got Højbjerg out of it, so it's really, hindsight 2020. But I'm just saying, we don't want to let another youngster in our hands. We don't want to pass it up again. And I hope that we can continue to play Lavinier because I think he looked kind of good today, and he was working really hard, and of course he's going to do that. I'm sure he had so much jitters, but yeah, I can't really judge it too much today. But all right, I think he's 16 or 17. Dang. That's crazy. I know. All right, Doherty, 3, 2, 1, 7. Winks. I thought Winks had a great game today.
He played very well.
3, 2, 1, 8. You can use other numbers besides 7. You know that?
Yeah.
All right.
It's very informing me.
Sissoko.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, 5. Or you say 6? Yeah. Okay. Lamella. 3, 2, 1,
8.
6. Oh, wow.
There's qualities that I value more, I guess.
Now, what I love about Lamella is he's gonna do a slide in any moment, dude.
Yeah,
he'll just bust his butt.
Very well for me the past couple of games. So this 8 kind of was more of a collaboration of games. But
all right, Dele. I don't know if I can do it.
I can do it. I know what I'm giving him.
Yeah, but like we might have to give him the big one, you know. All right, 3, 2, 1, 10.
I'll give him 10.
100%. A bike,
There's no reason
get
why he
2
doesn't-
assists. I mean, a bike. You could probably give him a 10 for a
Still
bike.
take 2 assists. I mean,
Great defensive work rate. Yeah, really great. That's the first 10 we've ever given. You know that?
Is it really?
Yeah. Bergwijn.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, 8.
7. He could
Vinny.
shoot more.
Yeah, I agree. Vinny. 3,
Okay.
2, 1, 8.
7.
2 goals. I mean, it's not bad. He stole
2
that goal. Huh?
2 goals.
He stole that goal from Dane Scarlett, man. I swear to God, Scarlett worked so.
Yeah, he was like, "Fine, I guess you can have it."
He worked so hard to win the ball back, and Carlos just steps in and says, "Screw you, I'm taking this." And Dane was moving with momentum. He had the ball. He totally would have taken a touch by that defender and just slotted it home. But I mean, a goal's a goal either way. So, all right, what do we think about the youngsters today? Overall, we're not going to really rate them per se.
No, but I think it's definitely a good. I'm very optimistic.
First of all, had you ever even heard of Niles John?
No.
Me neither. I love that though.
You go on the bench. I'm like, who's this guy?
Yeah, right. No, yeah. I wish they would have played earlier. We talked about it in our last episode, but they didn't. They still got some minutes, at least 10, which is good.
Is it kind of like weird to like you're up 4-1 and going into the game? Would it be kind of crazy to start one of them?
I think we could have started at least Dane Scarlett. I mean, there's so much hype with him right now. Give him some real time, you know, more than 10 minutes at the end of a game.
45-minute half, and then put on Vinicius. Or
you could start Vinicius out wide or Scarlett out wide.
Oh yeah, you could put Scarlett. You could put Scarlett out there over Bergwijn. But I mean, maybe a better decision is keep the lineup you had, but then sub him on a lot earlier. Give him 40, 30 minutes to play instead of 10.
Yeah, it's tough because I think Jose wanted to maintain the he didn't want to risk going down in this game and then getting low morale or confidence from this game as well as the Premier League games, you know, and kind of that compounded with each other. But I once we were up 2-3 goals, there's no reason you can't put him on way much sooner. But I'm glad to see him. I think they played pretty well. Yeah. All right, I do want to rate Bale today.
I want to see more of them come on in the Premier League games too.
Yeah.
I want to see more.
If we can. I mean, we got to start winning first.
That's true. I know it's safe to say that we can easily beat.
I don't think it's safe to say right now, to be honest.
It
is not safe to say that we can beat Burnley. And I hate to say that.
I'm not saying Burnley. I was talking about the team we played today, Wolfsburger.
Oh, yeah.
It's safe to say we can beat them, but in that situation, it's different than a Premier League match.
Totally.
But, I mean, they got to have obviously some more experience before maybe they play a big Premier League match.
Right.
But I do definitely think that time will come very soon.
Totally. All right, Gareth Bale. 3, 2, 1, 8. Yeah, well done. All right, Jose. 3, 2, 1, 7. All right, well, here we got. All right, man of the match. This is what we would have to say.
Dele, done.
It's Dele, yeah, easy.
Dele's done, baby.
All right, play of the game. Again, we can't not do the bike.
If you take bike, I'll take Bale's one touch.
Dude, we can't. You got to say the bike, dude. He scored a bike.
Okay, fine. I'll take the bike.
All right, hidden gem.
Hidden gem.
I'm going to go with our youngsters.
Okay, that's fine.
Why not?
I'm not going with our youngsters. How bad that sounds.
Who you going
Our
with?
hidden gem for me.
What are you going with?
I'm going to give mine to Winksy, actually.
I like that.
Strictly,
Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us in the butt. But
he was on my mind a lot when you asked me, and so I don't know. I just think he's always in the right positions when at least during the game. You know, he intercepted constantly.
Today, for sure.
Really good moments and was a solid DM for us, I thought. So I'm gonna give mine to Winksy.
Yeah. Like we said, great game. Nice little birthday episode for you.
Sure.
A great win that they did for you. I think they did that just for you, Matt.
Who knows? Maybe they
Dele's
know.
like, you know what? It's Matt's birthday. I got to score a bike today.
And then Bale's like, I guess I'll score for Matt.
Yeah.
James like, screw Matt. I'll give it to Vinicius.
No, Carlos said, screw Matt. I'll take it myself.
Carlos said, screw you, Matt. Give me the ball, Dane.
Fine.
But
All right.
no, great win.
Great episode, great win. Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Instagram. You know the drill at _Tottenham_Talk. And as always, come on, you Spurs.